Microsoft has purchased Zenimax Media for $7.5 billion, making it the largest acquisition in the entire history of Microsoft. This is their largest acquisition ever. Their second largest being Mojang for $2.5 billion, which is, of course, the makers of Minecraft. But Zenimax Media, of course, is the parent company of Bethesda Softworks, which publishes many titles, including Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein. So this is a really huge acquisition for Microsoft. Of course, this is their plan, this is their strategy to grow Game Pass, and that's pretty much what Phil Spencer said in the press conference that announced Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax. Pretty much saying that this is our goal, this is our strategy to expand Game Pass and to have all these IPs whenever a new game comes out to launch day one on Xbox Game Pass. So this is pretty much a Game Pass acquisition more than anything else. And here's the most interesting tidbit I got from an interview Spencer did with CNBC this morning, and I'm going to read it to you guys real quick. Our plan is to leave it alone, Spencer said. ZeniMax has an amazing track record of building great games. Our goal is to make ZeniMax the best ZeniMax they can be. So Phil Spencer is basically saying that, kind of like with Mojang, Microsoft is not going to have direct control over the company. They're pretty much going to leave them alone and let them continue to do their thing. So any games that they have planned, everything that they're doing, Microsoft's going to leave them alone. They can do whatever they want, essentially. And remember, with Mojang, people were thinking, oh my god, back when they were purchased in 2014, this means Minecraft is going to be exclusive to Xbox. It'll never come to PlayStation again. It'll never come to Nintendo. It'll never come to any other platform except for Xbox. But it turned out that Microsoft continued to support multiple platforms for Minecraft, including the new game, Minecraft Dungeons, which saw a release on the PlayStation 4. So if Minecraft can stay on PlayStation, I think this also means that Elder Scrolls, Fallout, all the big Bethesda games, they're not going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC because Microsoft puts all their games on PC. Now, I don't think that Microsoft is going to tell ZeniMax that they have to release their games only on Xbox and PC. Screw all the other platforms. No, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're really focused on growing Game Pass as a platform rather than the Xbox console itself. So they're not buying all these studios just to make Xbox exclusive games, even though, that might be working against them because they're spending all this money and they're not really using it properly. Like, they're not using it to grow their actual console business, which, Microsoft has said that they don't really care so much about that. They care more about people buying a console to introduce them to Game Pass. So Game Pass is their big thing. It's been their thing for the past 3 years at least, and they're going to continue to promote that. But, for a service that's trying to be the Netflix for gaming, Netflix itself has exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else. You can't get it on network television. You can't get it on any other platform except for Netflix. So it makes me wonder whether or not, if Microsoft is really serious about pushing the service, if they may eventually put certain games only on Game Pass and nowhere else. Or, maybe you can get it on the Xbox console, you could buy it full price, you can buy it full price on PC. But it's completely within the realm of possibility that Microsoft may one day decide that, well, no, we don't want to put our games on PlayStation anymore. We don't want to put these games on Nintendo Switch because we want to grow Game Pass. And if Sony and Nintendo won't allow Game Pass on their platforms, maybe we're just going to do our own thing and make our games exclusive on there. I mean, obviously games like Halo are probably never going to come to PlayStation. Obviously Gears of War is probably never going to... So there will be exclusives, right? But you'd think with a big $7.5 billion purchase, they're going to do everything they can to maximize their investment. But based off of what we've heard from Phil Spencer so far, and this just happened today, I mean, we won't really see the real effects of this until, for the next year and a half. The real acquisition won't be formalized, it won't be on the books until the later half of 2021. Because as most of you know, these large corporate acquisitions take a really long time to get approved in the courts, to get approved by the government. So it will take some time before ZeniMax is formally incorporated into Microsoft. And it's also going to take some time before these games are actually made. Bethesda takes their time when it comes to making their big titles. Starfield, we probably won't see it until 2021, 2022 at the earliest. And Elder Scrolls 6, It might be in the 10th generation before that game comes out, realistically. But as a longtime Bethesda fan, a longtime fan of the Fallout series, there is one thing I want to talk about before I end this video, and it's something that's really interesting that not a lot of people are bringing up. So, Zenimax Media, right? They're the parent company of Bethesda Softworks, which is also the parent company of Bethesda Studios, the creators of Elder Scrolls and Fallout. You guys will remember there was a little game in the Fallout series that was released about 10 years ago that was not actually made by Bethesda Game Studios. It was made by a studio called Obsidian. You guys may or may not have heard of them. Yeah, they only made one of the greatest RPGs ever made. And over the years, people have been begging ZeniMax and Bethesda to allow Obsidian to make another Fallout game because of how amazing New Vegas was. Well, guess what? Obsidian, they were acquired by Microsoft last year, so that means that Bethesda and Obsidian will be owned by the same company. So the idea of Obsidian returning to the Fallout series and making a follow-up to New Vegas or some type of spin-off to the main Fallout series and coming back to Fallout, it's never been more possible than it is right now, or at least will be when the acquisition is formalized. And that's something that I'm probably most excited about over anything else. I really couldn't care less about Game Pass. I couldn't care less about any of that other shit, but the idea of Obsidian making another Fallout, I know they're doing their own thing. They got the Outer Worlds, and they have another, I forget the series, it's kind of like an Elder Scrolls medieval thing that they got going on. So they're going to keep themselves busy for a while, and, you know, the acquisition will take a while, and Bethesda is going to do their own thing, ZeniMax is going to do their own thing, and there's a whole lot of variables that even if it's in the works, it's going to take a long time before it happens. But who knows if it's even going to happen, because I know there is bad blood between Bethesda and Obsidian, and even though they're now part of the same company, if they're not good working together, it might not be possible, or it might not happen. But that's something that I'm keeping hope for. I hope it eventually happens, because New Vegas is the best Fallout game ever made, and it would be amazing if they can return to that series, especially considering that many of the people who work at Obsidian are some of the same people that worked on the original Fallout games, Fallout 1, Fallout 2. So it would be amazing if they did come back to Fallout, but who knows, maybe this is just a fantasy in my brain that may never come true, but it's definitely more possible today than it was yesterday. I'll say that much. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Microsoft's big acquisition of ZeniMax Media and what you think it means for not only the future of Microsoft and Game Pass, but the future of ZeniMax and some of their IPs, including the Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Quake. Leave your thoughts and I'll be sure to read them in my monthly recap at the end of September. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.